doing? Keep moving.
And some of us are coming back.
Help me.
So here we are with the in our mystery discussion with the lovely Dana Delaney.
Does that mean
and James Den.
Does that mean we don't know what the discussion's about?
I'm not really sure what it's
We're
about.
not really sure
It keeps
what
it
the
a mystery.
discussion or the discussion's about mysteries.
Should we talk about some points here? Talk about how the mystery storyline is such a big part of the show. Let's go with Jamie, since you're the veteran here. Why don't you start us off?
First season, Mike was this really interesting, mysterious. They wanted him to be kind of studly, the knight in shining armor, and yet have this dark side, and that was the best of all worlds. The mystery was the big deal.
Hello? Hey, it's me.
Do you have anything yet?
No, nothing yet, but don't worry. I'm definitely getting closer.
Just seems to be that's the engine, and then
That's right.
everything else kind of.
It was sort of what drove the show. It's fun because you just have a lot more to do. You know, I mean, it's
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
second season, when it moved on to a new mystery, you as an actor, you find yourself kind of going, hey, but what about Mike? You know, because then you have to let everybody else have the fun.
Well, speaking of going to the next season, this one's you, Dana. Did you know the storyline of your character and how much backstory were you giving about the character when you started?
I knew a little bit. I knew that my first husband was going to show up and that he was a cop, and that was why I couldn't go to the police with my story. And I knew that my baby was dead.
And you killed it.
I didn't kill it. I buried it.
Aunt Lily told me I couldn't go to the police. She said you'd make it seem like I killed Dylan to keep you from taking her. So I let her bury my baby in the woods.
Did you know your storyline?
Very little. In that first season, we were shredding scenes. You didn't even get a script. You only got the scenes you were in.
Deirdre had a baby. Let's get this over with.
And it seems to me that a woman like you would like to keep the few friends that she has left.
I think you'd better go.
I sat down with Mark, and he basically told me what was going to happen for the whole year.
Do you know your ending? Since we haven't shot it yet?
He has changed it again.
Well, that's what happens.
Yet again.
But I think we're going to go back to the original. Memorable scenes. Catherine's aunt trying to talk to Dylan before she dies.
It was a scene with my aunt in bed, and I'm there, and I'm taking the bell away from her so that she can't call for me or something.
Now, if you need anything, you just ring this little bell, and I'll come running.
I'm sorry to be so much trouble.
Just love Mark's direction. He says, don't even look at her. It's just one of these, you know, and just to walk out. I was like, what?
And?
And then I realized, oh, it's Mrs. Danvers and Rebecca. That's who he's playing. And I just have to think, what is the old movie that he's channeling?
You really should get your rest.
You should answer the question. What was it like fighting with Edie?
Actually, you know what? It was the hardest scene I had to do all year because Nicolette and I were so close during the season. You know, she was like literally my big sister, and she hung out so much with my wife and my kids and such. So it was really hard for me to do that scene. It took a long time to get through it. Give me that. Give me. Memorable scenes for you. Getting shot while breaking into a home, then going on a date with Susan with a gunshot wound.
Oh, man. That one particularly, I was breaking in a house to try to find out more information about this Deirdre character, and the guy woke up out of bed and shot me. And I couldn't let anybody know, obviously, and so I had somebody come to my house and sew me up. And I had a date with Susan that night, and we were just starting, and I was trying to get in better with the neighbors and with her, and also kind of falling for her. And so we're at dinner, and she's going on and on about some story.
I mean, I understand why you would want to have kids. But that chapter of my life, it's just closed. I don't think I can go back there. And so, you know, given the way I feel and...
I'm starting to bleed, and so the blood is coming out and dripping on my shoe.
What?
I gotta go.
What?
I'm sorry.
I don't believe this. You're leaving without even trying to talk me into having your baby? I mean, how do you know I wouldn't cave? I always cave. Mike?
Finally, it was too much, and I passed out, fall on the floor in this big pool of blood. So it's kind of cool. You like that, Neil?
Hmm?
I can tell you're on the edge of your seat for that story.
That was gripping. You're Orson, right? Hey, Orson's not here, so let's get an Orson question. Dana, you're Orson right now. What was it like being raped by Alma?
Whoa. Yeah, how'd that go for you? Did you see that?
I loved it.
There we go.
I loved every minute of it.
I guess my answer would be more in line with Dana. Oh, yeah. Those things are so funny because somehow they gain this sort of notoriety. Well, that's kind of great. You just got to get to sit back and, you know, she can do all the work.
You're crazy.
Crazy for you, mister.
And we're back. Orson,
Welcome
one more
back.
question for you. What was
Yes.
it like physically fighting with your mother, Gloria, when she was trying to kill Bree in the bathtub?
Well, Dixie was lovely and a joy to work with. And far too young to play
She
my
was
mother.
nominated for an Emmy for that.
She was, absolutely. No one noticed me, and I've been bitter about it since.
This is a side of Denton I don't know. That's hilarious. Dixie had a sense of humor like you would not believe. She was also incredibly tough, physically resilient, to the point where she was like, come on, and I was like, Dixie, you know, I don't want her. She said, come on, you know, I mean, it was like she was challenging me to up the stakes. My mystery was different than most. Certainly, you know, certainly different than Neil's, I think.
Kyle was supposed to have killed me. You know, and then been run off the street in a year. But they loved Kyle so much, they made poor Dixie the bad guy and rewrote the mystery completely in mid-season, and Dixie became the murderer, and Kyle got to stay.
I know it sounds odd, but it started giving me a thrill.
We all come on the show and we think, oh, we're all here for the year. That's just so much fun being on the show that you're kind of like,
Yeah.
Can
we please stay? I mean, look at your character last year compared to your character
I
this year.
know. I was so evil and mysterious last year, and this year I'm a little bit more vulnerable. But I still think, I hope that Catherine still has a little bit of, you don't quite know,
Right.
is she really nice or not?
What's Cooking Fairview is sending out a camera crew tomorrow to do a piece on me and the book, which I just finished this morning. You read it already? Yes, I couldn't put it down. But I have to tell you, at least a dozen recipes are missing a pretty crucial ingredient. Really? What? My name.
You know, we play in the gray the way these characters are written. They're not black and white, which I think for actors is what we really all gravitate towards. Well, you guys in particular, you guys got to play gray to black, and now you play gray to white, and sometimes go back to gray to black again.
What I love when I do scenes with you is that it's one of those things where I'm looking at you and I'm talking to you, and I'm not sure whether you're going to stab me or start crying.
The one in the cabin, you know, the scene that we did, you know, I know the next day I'm going to kill you in the woods. And I'm sitting there watching you, and I'm crying inside because it's like, you're such a nice person. You know, I certainly don't want to do, you know, harm to you, but I need to because you did harm to my family. So there's always that, there's so much emotion with my character.
I had to decide what was important and go after it. I had to make myself happy.
Are you happy?
I'm getting there.
Is that tension where the
Yeah.
piece of, you know, steel could fall on you in any second, or it could just hang there and balance and be really beautiful. Sorry.
Pretty good. That was very good. That was good.
Oh,
very good.
Wow.
Man, I am dumb, you know?
All right, let's do it. You know where we're going? Yeah, we're going that way.
You're the #1 show in the world, but you're in everyone's house, so everyone kind of knows who you are, and they think that's who you are in real life. So everyone in real life now thinks that I'm just this, you know, incredibly strange, creepy guy that, you know, just wants to kill everybody. And so, you know, people when they see me, hey,
It is
they
odd.
just kind of walk away the other way. You know?
I get that too. I get
Yeah.
people saying to me, you know, even now, they go, I'm not sure I like you.
Hey, Catherine.
Mike is standing across the street watching to make sure I apologize, even though it's clear to me you're the one who should be apologizing for the way you ruined my party. Well, that should be long enough, so here. Kiss my ass. Bye.
You were supposed to be here 1 year, right?
Well, I was never quite sure, but yeah.
Yeah, well, trust me, you were supposed to be here 1 year. You were out of here. If you weren't so good, you were out of here.
Thank you, Jamie.
Me, gone after the season, not so good.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, hide and watch. You're not going anywhere.
Delaney, good, they stay.
Well,
McDonough goes bye-bye.
Soon there will be, the whole street will just be these weird, creepy people.
I will miss playing Dave Dash like crazy. He was a
You're
ball.
just gonna miss that name, Dave Dash.
I am, absolutely. And I'll miss everybody. It'll be hard in 2 weeks when it's all said and done.
We got to find a way to keep you around. Join the mystery club.
Craft service.
Thank you, Neil. Get the broccoli out, please. Thanks. Appreciate it. Is my car brought around?
Yes, Mr. Dent. Yes, Mr. Dent.
I'll ring you.
Thank you. Well, that concludes our mystery theater for the day, I guess. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for having me on your show for a year.
Thank
I've had
you,
a wonderful time.
Stay.
No, I'd love to. I would love to. I don't think it's gonna happen.